Hi, so in this video, we're going to say just a few more things about Python enums. So one of the problem with manually specifying all the values for each of the enum members is that it's prone to mistakes. So for example, um, it can be very difficult to keep all of these values unique, right? Especially, in this case, maybe it doesn't quite apply because there are only 4 members. What if the members, there are 10, 20, 50 of them, right? And they are kind of added over time, right? So we could conceivably make a mistake of assigning the same value to two different members. And in this case, if we inadvertently make this mistake, then when we check, say if heart is the same as spade, we would expect it to say false. However, it would say true. So that's not good. So to deal with this problem, one of the things that we can do is that we can import an additional auto. Actually, I don't know if it's a class or a function. I think it's a function, and we kind of use this to assign a automatic value to each of the members, and so we don't have to worry about manually keeping them unique. So and to look at the actual value that gets assigned, we can loop through all the members and print out its value attribute, and we see that the first member is actually assigned the value 1, and then each of the subsequent members gets a value that is incremented by 1. And yeah, this is only works in Python 3.6 or newer. Another thing is, what if we want to change the way that each of the member is displayed? So for example, right now, diamond is shown as suit.diamond. So what if we want to get rid of suit dot? Well, as you recall, how each thing gets displayed in Python is we can define its dunder string method. So we can do the same thing for each of the enums. So we can literally define the string method. Now, it's important to realize what this self is in this case. So self actually refers to each of the members of the enum. So self can be diamond, can be club, can be heart and spade. So if we just want to see, let's say for diamond, if we just want to see diamond without the suit dot, then we can very easily, if you recall, just return the name attribute, right? So in that case, let me run this, and that's that. Now it's only showing diamond instead of suit.diamond. And this actually gives us the flexibility to further manipulate the string representation of a member. So let's say, for example, if I don't like to see all caps diamond, I can actually lower it. So so if I do that, then I see all lowercase diamond. And if we show another one, heart, it will be lowercase heart. Now, another thing with enum is that kind of as with most things in Python, there's a shorter way to achieve the same thing. So if you think defining a class for enum is a little too much, well, then there's a shorter form for it. So, and this is the syntax. So we start with the name of the enum. So in this case, we're going to call it the same, suit. And then we're going to assign it an enum. Okay. And the first argument to enum is the display name for this enum. Usually it should be the same as the name of the enum itself, but if you want to customize it, you can call it something different. The second argument is the most important one, and that is a list of members for this enum separated by just spaces. So for suit, it's diamond, club, heart, and spade. So defining it this way is pretty much exactly the same as defining it as a class. Okay, and we can use it in pretty much in exactly the same way as before. That we can refer to a member using suit dot, whatever the name of the member is, and we can, iterate over it. Each of the members would still have a name or a value attribute. So let's run this. Suit.heart is suit.heart, and diamond is 1, 2. Diamond is 1, club is 2, so on and so forth. So same as before, right? Now, note that, yeah, by default, diamonds, the first member starts at 1, right? Same as before. However, if for any reason, even though we said we might not want to do this for suit, if we wanted to start at 0, we can do that actually, and that is if we just specify an additional parameter start at 0. So if we do that, the first member is going to start at 0 and increment by 1 from there. As I just said, whether you define it as just a class or using the syntax I just showed you, the two different ways of defining enum, the usage of them, they are exactly the same. So, and finally, as a exercise for enum, is that I would like you to define enum that actually represent the days of the week, and that would be define it as a class. So days of the week are Monday, Tuesday. Well, let's start from Sunday through all the way to Saturday, and also kind of override or define the data string method such that only the first letter of each of the weekday is capitalized when you print them. So when you've done that, here's what I do. So I choose to use autos, and then I just override the data string method, and I just capitalize the name. So and when I print it out, this is what I'm gonna get. Sunday is 1, Monday is 2, and so on and so forth.